Hi again. In this video, let's learn area chart and stacked area chart. An area chart is a visual representation of data that displays the magnitude of the values over time or categories. In Excel, creating an area chart is straightforward and can be done using built-in charting tools. This type of chart is commonly used to illustrate trends and patterns in data, showcasing both the individual values and the cumulative totals. Area chart and stacked area chart. An area chart is particularly useful when you want to visualize the changing proportions of different data series over time or categories. Let's go to our Excel file to understand area charts better. We have a simple table here with products. We just have 4 products here and the quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4 rates for these products. For now, let me just take only one product and their quarterly sales here. Go to Insert, go to Recommended Charts, go to All Charts, and here we see Area Chart. Click OK. We now have the area chart here. This is how the area chart looks like, where we have our dollar values in our y-axis and quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4 data in y-axis. From the table we have quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4. For me to change this from 1, 2, 3, 4 to quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4, let me go to select data, and here is our horizontal axis which is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Click on edit, select quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4. We now have our quarter 1, 2, 3, 4 showing up here. This chart shows only the data for bookcases for quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4, and these are the dollar values. When we look at the area chart here, we see that $50,000 was the quarterly 1 sales, quarter 2 was little less, quarter 3 was also almost equivalent to quarter 2, and quarter 4 was little high. Through area chart we can understand the trend of the quarterly sales performance, and this is only for one product. Let me format this area. To do that, right click, format the data series, click on fill, let me select solid fill, and let me increase the transparency to 74%. Let me select the borders also, border solid line, and the width, let me increase this to 3. Let me remove the grid lines. Now this area chart almost looks like a line chart, where we had the line chart representing the same lines, and we were able to understand how the performance of the sale looks like looking at these line variations. Similarly, the area chart also works like this. Let me select all the 4 products for all the 4 quarters. Click on chart design, select data, remove this area chart and select the whole table. Now we have all the 4 products and the quarterly data. Okay, this is how our chart looks like now with all the 4 products. Let me apply legends to help us understand the color representation and the products for it. Here we see that for bookcase, we have this one which we converted into a transparent color. Chair is this orange one. Table is the gray one, and the phone is the yellow one. But we see that all these colors are overlapping. We don't understand what is the quarterly 2 value for chair. We don't understand what is the quarterly 1 value for tables, because all these colors are overlapping on each other. Let's right click and try to change it to the transparent color like the way we did for the first one. Transparency as 67%, and the border line color change to black, and the thickness, let me keep it to 3. I'm going to do the same thing to the next one. I have now changed all the colors to transparent colors, keeping only the thick borders, because we should understand how the lines are intersecting. Even after changing the colors to transparent colors and making a thick border, we are not able to clearly understand how the data is trending for 4 products. This chart is not giving us any idea about the quarterly changes of the data for all the products because of the color and the line overlapping on each other. For us to get a clear insight about all these 4 products and the quarterly performance, let's go to stacked area chart. Go to change chart type. We see this first stacked chart. Let me select this. Here we have our charts stacked one after the other or layered one after the other. From the first area, we understand that this is for phones, as the color also indicates that this is for phones. And when you click on this area, from the table you see that the phone data is highlighted. For phone, Q1 was $29,000, and for Q2 it came down to $26,000. Although here for Q1 and for phones, the data is not reflecting as $29,000. The axis is not reflecting $29,000, but we see here that Q2 is less compared to Q1, where we have the same information in our table data here, and Q3 is little higher than Q2, and we see that here Q3 is little higher than Q2, and Q4 is little higher than Q3. That is also shown here, where Q3 is little higher, Q4 is little higher than Q3. Again, for chairs here, Q2 is lesser than Q1, where we see the dip here. Q2 is less than Q1. Q3 is less than Q2. Again, we see that Q3 has gone down compared to Q2, and Q4 has raised. Here we see that Q4 has increased. And the same goes to bookcases. We see the increase, decrease, and almost the same, which is 31, and then a little increase, which is 42. Let me add the data labels. After applying this data labels, the chart looks very clumsy. I don't want this data to be showing as this lengthy numbers here. To make it short, let me go to these dollar values from the table. Here we see more number formats. Go to customs, delete this existing one, 0, and from sample we see that the amount is $50,572. That's how it's shown, a little lengthy number. When you type comma, the number is reduced to 2 digits now. You see the sample was showing as 5-digit number. After a comma, after 0 and a comma, it's now reduced to 2 digits. 2 digits is enough for me, so that I can show that 51K, 39K, instead of 39,350 I can mention it as 39K. So this way it's better. I want even the K to be shown, so for that, within double quotes, let me mention K here. Now we have 51K showing here. Click OK. Now we can see that these are the values for the quarterly sales. Area charts are not that useful for multiple products, and during the dual axis chart we can use the area chart, and that will help us give a little more clear understanding about the data variation. Now let's understand the highlights of this video. Area charts and stacked area charts are used for visualizing changing proportions. Area charts are particularly effective in showcasing the changing proportions of different data series over the time and category. This also highlights some cumulative totals. One significant advantage of area chart and the stacked area chart is their ability to highlight the cumulative totals. Comparing multiple categories or groups, area chart and the stacked area chart are excellent for comparing multiple categories or groups within a data set.